Thank you very much for coming today for this on the briefing on motorcycle businesses. Thank you for your attendance despite your busy schedule. So to start with, I'd like to introduce the speakers today. Mr. Kato Minoru, Executive Officer, Chief Officer, Motorcycle and Power Products Operations Head, our Motorcycle Business Unit. Good afternoon. My name is Kato. Nice to meet you. And Mr. Daiki Mihara, Operating Executive, Head, Motorcycle and Power Products Electrification Business Unit, Electrification Business Development Operations. My name is Mihara. Nice to meet you. I'm the MC from the Corporate Communications. My name is Kusakabe. Nice to meet you. So Mr. Kato and Mr. Mihara, those two speakers will explain the motorcycle activities of Honda. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kato. Thank you very much indeed for your participation despite your busy schedule. Motorcycles are our origin of manufacturing and businesses for Honda. In 1949, we started the production of a Dream Type D, followed by a variety of other products we proposed to customers, such as commuter and farm models, typically, for example, Super Cab and CB series, respectively. Through the motorcycle businesses, we have established the win-win relationship with the customers, suppliers, dealers, and many stakeholders, which we believe is our largest strength. Based on the philosophy, produce where demands exist, we started a motorcycle production in Belgium, the first overseas production site in 1963, since when we developed our businesses in various regions of the world. Today, our global production capacity is more than 20 million units per year at 37 production sites across 23 countries, and through more than 30,000 Honda dealers, we offer our products to customers. During the calendar year 2024, we marked the record highest unit sales in 37 countries and regions. And as a result, the achievement of 500 million cumulative production volume possibility is going to be within our sight. Until today, we faced with a tough business environment, such as a currency crisis in emergency markets, financial crisis in 2008, and so on. However, every time we managed to build resilient structures and evolved our operational structures over the years, such that we stayed profitable during COVID time. Until now, majority of the profits were generated in Asia. And thanks to the tougher operational structures and improved the product lineups in Europe and the US, and the growth of our market in Brazil, the regional revenue compositions have improved. By the way, let me explain about the current situation and future outlook of the motorcycle market. Global demands for motorcycles for this fiscal year is estimated to be around 50 million units. Chinese EVs are excluded. Going forward, we anticipate the demands growth mainly in India, the largest market. In addition, further growth is anticipated in Indonesia, the Philippines, Bangladesh, Brazil, and the global south regions, such as Central and South America, and so on. For the electrification end, we find notable changes in India recently. Due to the support of subsidy policies in India and the models offered by new players, the volume of about 1 million demands are created, which accounts for 5% of the total market. In that situation, on the global total, Honda expects 20.2 million units of total sales this fiscal year. That is about 40% of the global market share. Currently, the market size of the motorcycle is around 50 million units, mainly with the aforementioned countries, which are growing the demands. We anticipate that the market will grow to 60 million units range, including electrified vehicles around 2030. Going forward, we will continue to launch models, improve commercial attractions of the products, and try to satisfy customers, aiming at near 50% market shares, including EVs, in the long run. I'll explain some examples of growing markets. The first one, India. India is the country with the largest population in the world, with the largest motorcycle demands of 20 million units. Population is expected to grow in the future, and economic development is expected too, with more growth of the motorcycle demands. Activa is the leading mass production scooter used for commuter and town riding by both genders in urban areas. That's over there on exhibit. Dio is a scooter for young population, and we have a Shine. Shine is a light motorcycle catering for broader utilities, and SP is a higher-end model. We have launched highly competitive products of all kinds, meeting a variety of needs by customers. Taking advantage of a strength of 6,000 dealers and service networks covering all geographies of India, we have increased the unit sales. Now, with the market share #1 position is well within our sight. Going forward, we will accommodate for the diversified needs and improved income levels of customers, and will fortify the products of all kinds, including EVs, scooters, and light motorcycles via the value-added range in order to solidify the #1 position. In order to provide good quality products at accessible prices, we will try to aggressively explore, develop, and utilize local suppliers, and to further strengthen our monozukuri manufacturing capabilities, such as the use of automation for our factories. And by exporting the competitive products of India to the Central and South America, where the customer needs and world conditions are similar, we will plan our businesses, including the destination market of such export businesses. In ASEAN region, population growth and economic development will continue in Indonesia and the Philippines, with the demands for motorcycles on growing trend. In Indonesia, we already have established near 80% market shares. We will continue to drive the market with our product and sales service network. We had little less than 40% market share in the Philippines 5 years ago, with the fulfillment of the models demonstrating excellent product design, fuel efficiency, and usability, such as the Click 125i, one of the leading models. Combined with the strengthened sales service network, we are able to expand the market share there to near 55% now. We can expect a similar market growth in Brazil, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and such. We will make sure to capture the growth of the market there so that we will grow Honda's businesses further on, taking advantage of the strength of our global products, sales, service, and procurement and manufacturing. I explained thus far the markets, mainly around the emerging markets. In the major European markets such as Italy, Germany, France, Spain, and the UK, in the 5 leading markets in Europe, we have gained a top share in the calendar year 2024. We continue to upgrade long-standing products such as CB, CBR, Africa Twin, and the Rebel series, which receive good reputations. And we also revived historic brands such as Hornet and Transalp, and so on. We introduced DCT dual clutch transmission, the drivetrain technology that enhances fun to maneuver and comfort, and Honda e-clutch, recent one, We believe our achievement is a result of appreciation of such technologies. For those large-size models, we pursued commonization of the platforms to improve development, procurement, and the production efficiency, with which we improved operational structures and contributed to the incremental revenue of the motorcycle businesses. We will stay engaged to take up new challenges in order to surpass expectations of the customers. I will show you some example. We developed a new V3 engine with electrical compressor, the world first for the motorcycle applications, which was announced in EICMA 2024, held in Milan, Italy, in November last year. This engine is positioned as a new challenge in the internal combustion engine domain, and we aim to offer more experiences to the customer of a fun to maneuver of motorcycles and the joy of ownership. This new engine achieves high level of environmental features regarding emissions and the fuel consumption, in addition to the drivability. We continue to develop this for the mass production. Please watch us with high expectations. Racing next. Races are our DNA for Honda, I should say. In the season 2024, we won the championships in the motorcycle races of Dakar Rally, AMA SX Supercross, Suzuka 8 Hours, Trial GP, AMA SMX, and the X Trail. In the Dakar Rally earlier this year, we missed the top podium of the championship. However, we won the second and the third places, getting the podium finishes in 2 years in a row. We will try to recover our performance back again in MotoGP Grand Prix this season, so please watch us too. With expectations, the technologies fostered in the racing activities will be applied to mass production models going forward too. We will keep you customers entertained and will make sure to improve commercial values and brand of the product. Next, Mr. Mihara is going to explain the EV businesses.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mihara. November, 2 years ago, at the electric motorcycle business briefing, we outlined the goals and the specific initiatives aimed at achieving them. Today, I would like to share updates on the progress of those initiatives. In the briefing, we announced our plan to increase the number of global electric motorcycle models to approximately 30 by 2030. In October last year, we launched 2 global models in Indonesia, the CUV-E, equipped with the Honda Mobile Power Pack E MPP, and the Icon E in the moped class with a fixed battery. Following that, in November, in India, we introduced the Activa E, also equipped with the MPP, and the QC1, a moped class model with the fixed battery, both exclusive to the Indian market. This brings to the total number of announced models to 13 out of the targeted 30. The global model CVE was also unveiled at EICMA 2024 in November, and it is planned to be sold in 20 countries, including Europe and Japan. The Honda Mobile Power Pack E, which powers the CUV-E and Activa E, is a detachable and portable battery. In addition to being supplied for use in other manufacturers' motorcycles, it is being increasingly adopted across a variety of products, including construction and agricultural machinery. Electric motorcycles are not limited to the commuting segment. At EICMA 2024, we unveiled 2 concept models. The first one is our first electric sport model, the Fun EV Concept. In addition to the fundamental performance we have developed over many years with ICE technology, this model delivers the unique appeal of EVs, including a quiet, vibration-free riding experience and a sleek, futuristic design. Honda plans to officially unveil this unique electric motorcycle later this year. With this model, we aim to launch a new product brand for electric motorcycles, establishing a distinct Honda electric brand. The second model, the EV Urban Concept, embodies Honda's vision of urban electric mobility and is currently under development with the goal of mass production. Moving forward, we will continue to leverage the strengths cultivated through ICE technology to introduce new EVs, including models with fixed batteries. In the largest market, India, we aim to achieve the #1 position in the electric segment by implementing various initiatives. Following Japan, Indonesia, and Thailand, we will launch the eSwap battery sharing service in 3 cities, Bengaluru, Delhi, and Mumbai, to coincide with the release of the Activa E. This service will enable riders to swap batteries in the city to enjoy the Activa E without concerns about charging time or running out of battery power. To ensure that customers can use our products with peace of mind, we will leverage our industry-leading sales network of 6,000 outlets across India. This will enable us to provide comprehensive service and parts supply coverage across the country. Also, for upcoming vehicles equipped with fixed batteries, we will address concerns about running out of battery power by utilizing our extensive network to expand the charging infrastructure across the country. In addition, in the previous briefing, we stated that goal is to offer EVs at a price range where the TCO over 3 years would be comparable to that of ICE vehicles. To achieve this, we plan to launch a dedicated electric motorcycle factory in India by 2028. This factory will produce a variety of models through the combination of different modules. Additionally, for batteries, a key component, we are working with battery manufacturers to develop specifications tailored to the characteristics of motorcycles and ensure stable procurement. To achieve carbon neutrality, we are also promoting the secondary use of batteries. We're collaborating with OMC Power, a company specializing in distributed power and grid solutions in India, to repurpose used Honda Mobile Power Pack E units as power supply devices in regions of India with unstable electricity and non-electrified areas. This initiative aims to support power supply for small shops and schools in the regions. Ultimately, we aim to establish a circular value chain, including the recycling of precious metals and other materials. Lastly, Mr. Kato will provide an explanation of the safety and environmental initiatives we're undertaking across the entire motorcycle business. In response to societal demands, we have actively addressed safety and environmental issues as part of our responsibility as the leading motorcycle manufacturer. In terms of safety initiatives, we have focused globally on safety education activities aimed at improving riders' driving skills. We have also applied various safety technologies such as motorcycle airbags, advanced braking systems, and lighting equipment that enhances both visibility and conspicuity. Going forward, we will continue our efforts toward achieving zero traffic accident fatalities by 2050 and halving the number of fatalities by 2030. Our environmental initiatives aim to achieve carbon neutrality while meeting the diverse needs of our customers. In addition to the EVs, we will continue to improve fuel efficiency in ICE models and expand the regions offering flex fuel models compatible with fuels that mix gasoline and bioethanol in line with regional realities. In India, the supply of E85 fuel has begun, and Honda, ahead of other companies, has introduced the flex fuel compatible CB300F, which has a proven track record in Brazil. In this way, we will work toward achieving carbon neutrality in 2050, improving environmental performance while meeting customer expectations and providing convenience tailored to each region's energy conditions. Additionally, under the Triple Action to Zero policy, we are advancing various initiatives to achieve decarbonization. At the Kumamoto factory, we are promoting the installation of solar power generation systems and lithium-ion storage batteries. Moving forward, we will continue to increase the use of renewable energy for electricity. In addition, at the Manaus factory in Brazil, we maintain a forest conservation area, contributing to carbon neutrality through the carbon dioxide absorption effects of the forest. To promote efficient use of resources, we are expanding the application of sustainable materials, including plastics. Honda will continue to capture growing demand and drive business growth with our customers and stakeholders, including dealerships and partners worldwide. Please look forward to what's ahead. Thank you, Mr. Kato. Mr. Mihara, we will now have a Q&A session. We will prepare for the Q&A session. We kindly ask for your patience.
Thank you for waiting. Now I'd like to take questions from the floor. So if you have questions, please raise your hand, and we will bring you the microphone. And please tell us where you're from, your company name, and your departments, your name, and that's a question. And then, due to the interest of time, please limit your questions to 2 questions each. So thank you. Please show of your hands if you have questions. Nice to meet you. Nihon Keizai Shimbun. My name is Okura. So I have a question about Indian EV factory motorcycles. And why did you choose that location for the dedicated motorcycle factory in India? And would they produce mainly for the motorcycles for Indian markets, or would they also produce a variety of models, for instance, the ones, large ones for European market, for instance? So what is the lineup of the production over there? Thank you very much, Ms. Okura, and motorcycle factory in India, and what we produce, so forth. And my colleague Mihara-san is going to respond. So I said it is the factory dedicated to the EV there, motorcycles, and we have not disclosed the location as yet, and I'm told not to say that today, but it is around Bangalore. And the market already has been formed around there, and also it is going to be the same premise of the existing factory. Therefore, we decided that it is a reasonable choice, and the lineup of the production. And we are going to start, we thought, in the second half of 28, but we are going to accelerate it a little bit. ICE 180 cc's, so on, and 4 kilowatt rated electricity, and we will start production of the commuters. And then export to the global market is also a choice. And size, maybe to mid-size of ICE perhaps. However, we have the model produced over there already, and we have a mother factory, that is Kumamoto, for that particular factory in India. Therefore, the mother factory is considering the lineup now and our export models as well today. Thank you very much, Mr. Mihara. So I have to apologize, Mr. Otani, the president of the India factory, but they haven't disclosed and announced yet where to build. Next question, please.
The one and all the way in the back. My name is Hakomori, Daiwa Securities. My first question is regarding the volume and sharing of the market or market share that you mentioned today. But for the ASEAN market, you are improving enhancing the performance and everything. So what is the still unit price and also the profit by or per unit? What do you see those will be moving? And also as for the automobile business, you have a target of 4 million. And also, what kind of strategies have you made during which time? Yes, thank you, Mr. Hakomori, for your question. So, in ASEAN markets such as Vietnam and Thailand, those are mature markets, and we cannot expect a huge growth in the market in such area. However, customers there would like to purchase model that is has more higher value added. So we are to respond to such demands and requests of customers. And also as for the displacement range as well, we are thinking of increasing the value added from 100 cc to 160 as well. So such transitions are in plan. And as for the tone down of EV for automobiles that you mentioned, we do not see such a trend exactly. In Europe, it is going down a little bit, but we see a bright future for that market actually. So we have not been able to secure the cruising range that will surpass our customers' expectations, but we are trying to achieve that. Do you have anything to add, Mr. Mihara? Thank you for your question. Our target of 4 million in 2030 is a milestone, as you mentioned. The EV in automobile, the battery life. Regarding the strategy for the battery life, we are also creating a new path, and also we are trying to apply modules to improve the total situation. And for the duration of 2025 to 2030, we cannot avoid a situation where the volume slightly decreases. We are going to launch the fixed battery models, and we are going to reduce slightly the volume of that as well. And cost-wise, and considering the ICE situation as well, it is hard to validate the cost and stuff. So that's why we have to decrease the volume slightly up until 2030.
UBS, and including EVs, what is your target volume for motorcycle? In the long run, you're aiming at 50%. So that means more than 30 million out of a 60 million market in that area. And how would you like to increase? And then AVs 4 million expected then, and that also is to be combined with ICE. And how would you like to increase the ICE model 2 over the 2030? That's the question one. And the question two is your electrification strategy. The revenue target is 10% in 2030. And what is your prospect And now you have a good plan decided for the factory, how to manage that. And the motorcycle is a high profitable business, and you have to still raise it upward from the current 20%. And then, where's the automobile? Can you take advantage of other backdrop or the situations of factors, or would you like to increase the volume? And if that's the case, how are you going to do it? Thank you for the question. Then in terms of the forecast of the demands, we never made it right, not right, a precise forecast. We always had, though, so we don't really disclose the number forecast in a way that like that. However, in India, we are going to grow, as I explained earlier, and then we have not acquired a number one share in the market in India, and we like to get one and solidify the top position. And that way, we'd like to increase the number, the volume by little. And then recently, actually, the situation varies according to different regions, but we have a capacity of 24 million or so. The Chinese market is dwindling a bit, and India, the Philippines, that's where we could increase the capacity too. But we have to be prudent in making investment to provide good conditions for the volume increase. But in terms of the EV profitabilities, so we have a milestone of 2030 AV sales, mainly of the product sales, 5% there. And in the 2030s, we like to bring it up to 10%, and that is our stretch targets. And 5% in that year, the evidence to support that number is one, the new EV factory. Because we are going to have our in-house manufacturing or supply of the parts and so forth, and that is going to be a modularized production. Therefore, the production line can be half the size, which will help reduce the cost. In terms of the battery types, at the moment we are working together with the battery manufacturers. We are working on the requirements list to reduce the cost, and we actually are seeing a good results based on what we are seeing, based on the list of that. And in terms of the 10% prospect, after that, actually we have our CO2 emission reduction target for the company. With the customer choose ICE there, would they choose EV at the time, and if they choose EVs more, we can include them in our scenario of the successful patterns. And then if the 10% is the situation there, the CBU sales alone may be difficult to support that. And I think the key is the secondary use of other batteries. And now we are going to establish a good system for the battery we use in India, and I'd like to take the advantage of that in order to improve the revenue there too. And in terms of the volume, for the first question, so how much growth can we expect in India, and how much more shares can we obtain in India? That's the key points. And in the south or west area of the India, they have a better road conditions, and the scooters market is good, growing, and we have Activa and other scooters that we have already won the market share number one position in the scooter markets. And in Vietnam, where the penetration is very good, 44% of the riders are females. But in India, only 5% of the riders are female as yet. And Indian government is helping to push the women be more active in the society. And if we have more female riders over there, customers there for the scooters, we can improve the shares in the Indian markets further on. So the key is how we can manage to increase the volume and market share in India that will help push up our entire businesses of a motorcycle.
Next question. Raise your hand, please. The one in the middle, all the way to the front. I'm from Nakajima Minami Jimusho office. As for the global, your target is 50% share, market share, and the Indian market you mentioned was very important. But other than that, is there any other market or regions where you can expect growth and both volume as well? And as for the strategy for the domestic market, if there's any a strategy regarding that, please answer that as well. Other than India, the regions that we can expect growth would be, as was explained earlier, that will include the Philippines because their population is still growing, and we have achieved the market share, number one market share, but now it's 55%. We are trying to achieve the same level of other ASEAN markets, but compared to Thailand and Vietnam, the Philippines, their marketing channel or sales channels are a little different. So including that as well, we have to have a steady strategy and also to supply products where that's needed. And another region would be Pakistan. There as well, do not see many women riders, and also the population is still growing there. And on top of that, we do see quite a good potential in Bangladesh. However, it is not maxing out yet. So that will be just like some African countries, we will see some penetration opportunities there. And as for the support strategy for the domestic market, next October, the 50cc production will come to an end. So, including price strategy as well, or price, we're going to have to shrink slightly from now on. And as for the motorcycle riders or customers itself will decrease. So the veteran riders, after they have purchased, made their last purchase, then we are going to have to appeal to younger generations. So how can we make younger generation ride bicycles? We had to consider that. And also, as for the licensing, after the Corona bubble period, it is exceeding compared to pre-pandemic level. And also, female riders are increasing as well. So, including foreign exchange rate, we regret that we have raised the price too much. So, we have to put the more affordable prices in place in order to acquire more younger generation customers. Thank you very much.
Next question. Thank you. Goldman Sachs, Yuzawa, nice to meet you. First question is profitability, high profitability of the motorcycle businesses. You have a pie chart in the slide. South America and advanced countries, profitability is higher, maybe partly because of the exchange rate today. But how sustainable would that be? Please explain. And in the press release today, you talk about EV and a 3-year TCO. And how much would that be if that is converted to the prices of the product, for instance? And would the pricing strategy based on TCO be valid in India? What do you think about it? Yuzawa-san, thank you very much for your question. So the first question will be addressed by Kato-san. So in the developed country like Europe, 10 years ago, it was difficult to make a revenue in over there. But we have Africa Twins, dual clutch transmission. We had such well sold hit products over there, with which we had improved presence of Honda, and we managed to improve it much better with the dealers over there. Plus, we have reasonably priced new products being launched. Of course, we have a forex impact on that too, but our customers were pleased with the new launches. And then in the developments, we had use of our common platforms, and we provided a variety of products based on that. So the production efficiency and the cost structure have improved a lot. Therefore, we have a good profitability in the advanced countries. South America, within the global procurement picture, the parts and components from China, and then we had some difficulty of the associated with the forex and so on. And after a while, the Brazil market shrunk a little bit. At that time, we streamlined our factories in Manaus, taking advantage of that time. And then after that, we had a post-COVID good situation for the operational structure improvements. And then with that efforts now materialized to improve the profitability overall. And EV, and we have this TCO, total cost of ownership. Once a customer buy the vehicle, they keep paying the gasoline, so on. If it's an EV, they pay for the power. For the service perspective, EVs would need less service cost required, I suppose. Therefore, the 3 year in general. And if you look at selling prices, it should be translated to 1.4 or 1.5 times higher the selling prices. That is the TCO we expect. And then I think this formula could be valid because of the high petrol cost over there in India. And I think the emission regulations on the ICEs will be tougher going forward. In Vietnam, for instance, their emission regulation is brought forward by a year or so. And because of that, ICE cost is on the rising trend. And we sometimes say internally that our toughest competitor is ICE products because of the situation like that. Therefore, we like to try to come up with the reasonable price the EVs as compared to ICE. Thank you very much.
Next question, please. The one in the middle, all the way to the front. Thank you for today's opportunity. My name is Sakamoto from Yomiuri newspaper. I would like to know about China. So the impact on the global impact from the Chinese market. As for the automobile market, it is seeping out. As for motorcycle, it is mentioned that the Aries is going to start its sales in Japan this year. So what kind of impact is expected from the Chinese market? And also, as for the domestic market of China, of course, they have the electrified motorcycle, and the use of that is reducing. And what kind of strategy do you have as for the Chinese market and under such circumstances? Thank you very much, Mr. Sakamoto. As for the Chinese market, as you might know, not just electrification, but also ICE category or segment, CF Moto and QJ, they have 450cc two-cylinder type, and beyond. They have started exporting to Europe. And in the racing segment, in order to strengthen their brand value, they are actively involved in such activity in Europe as well. So we see that as a menace or threat to us. Their price is probably 20 to 30% lower. So we would like to increase our cost competitiveness as well. As for the domestic Chinese market, the electrified bicycle, their market size is about 60 million, and also the regulation is being tighter in order to crack down on the illegal ones. So it is getting reduced. However, for the UK motorcycle show, you can see a lot of young people gathering together. So the popularity is growing up, and the total volume is 7 billion, but we see that the huge growth in that market in China. As for the Thank you. So as Mr. Kato mentioned, the 50 million volume in China is based on the electrified bicycles. So in Japan, we do have electrified assisted bicycle, and that is autonomously driven. So with the Chinese demand as background, the manufacturers, they have many different manufacturers for control units and so on and so forth. So, and they nitpick parts from each manufacturer, and they combine the parts to create one vehicle. So they are very competitive. And as for ICE, we have a higher displacement range from 110 to 160 cc. And in China, the electrified bicycles cannot be utilized in other markets. We do not consider that be possible. And it's not like we have slacked down in that area, but we have mentioned the Yaris, and they're exporting their factory to Indonesia, and such activities are going on. But what kind of impact there will be, and how do we respond to that? We are being considering that right now. Next question, please.
Kyodo Tsushin Okuda, nice to meet you. Thank you. And I have a question about dedicated EV motorcycle factory in India. And speaking of the investment amount, please educate me on that. And in India, do you have plans to start other EV factories in India, of other locations? If you have plans, please share with me. And what is the meaning of or benefit of having the EV dedicated factory in India? Thank you. Mihara-san is going to explain. Thank you for the question. And the dedicated EV factory in India, my colleague Kato-san told me not to speak too much about it because it is not totally finalized yet, because we are working on the specification and design of the factory at the moment. And how much investments? As of today, I don't think we can explain to you. Sorry, but parts, components will be internalized. It will be supplied internally, and have the amount of them. And we are trying to introduce many automations to have efficient process. Therefore, it will be needing more amount of investment to be put into. And other areas, we haven't made plans because as of now, the my country first trend today. In this environment today, the CPU and the parts export, import, or supplies across the different places would be difficult globally. Therefore, if we are to come up with the other locations, it should be in somewhere in Asia. Other question, please.
The one in the middle, toward the middle row. My name is Iwai, TBS television. I have two questions. One is regarding U.S. The other day, Mr. Trump took office, and he has mentioned that he was going to raise tariffs to some countries, and you do have production plants in U.S. as well. So and also Mexico as well. So if you what kind of impact do you expect there? And the next question is regarding the cooperation with Nissan. Is there any impact toward the motorcycle business? Mr. Iwai, thank you very much for your question. As to your first question, Honda's motorcycle plans, we do have some plants in Mexico, and we are exporting 110cc scooters and 150cc models to the U.S., a total of 9,000 units. And we do see impact onto such models. But we do not have any plans, although that's under consideration to move such productions to other countries. We'll let you know if there's any change in the situation. And as to your second question, which is the deliberation with Nissan, we are still under deliberation and there's nothing concrete decided yet. But basically, we believe that there will be not much impact onto the automobile business. However, our synergy has been going on with Nissan for quite a while. So the data regarding our customers and so on and so forth, we would like to leverage from now, continue to leverage that as well. To have good synergy between us, and if there is any outcome from the deliberation, we'll set up another occasion to share with you. Thank you very much.
AJJ Nishimura, thank you for today. And I have a question to each of you, Mr. Kato and Mr. Mihara. Mr. Kato, new challenge, the electric turbo for the drivability and so on. And if you have more dreams to share with us, please tell me. I think it is going to be a flagship. What is it like? To Mihara-san, fun concept and our one concept for the EV. And I think as Honda Zero, you said that you're going to create the mobility from zero. But in that case, in case of with the synergy between our automobile and motorcycle, there could be a kind of a common brand. Of course, I thought if there are any, please. And then if it is a fixed type motorcycle, maybe the automobile and motorcycles can share the same battery charger stand, for instance. What is the idea? So the electrical turbo. I'm not supposed to say too much of the specificity, but in Kumamoto, I tried it out. I test drove the plot type, and it is very well made. Please expect a lot. I cannot really say the displacement sizes, but it is going to be a compact engine with the compact body and lightweight. However, in all range, it has the electronic controlled, the compressor or the turbo. It is still prototype, but we will make the utmost efforts to develop that further. Please expect. And we have one on display, EV Fun Concept. EV Fun Concept. And then this is going to be launched by the end of this year. We will try that. And right next to that, Urban Concept is on display too. And it is going to be a 6 kilowatt next round. And then ICE 160cc equivalent. And we have the mark over there, but we would like to try to launch that sometime early next year. And SDVs, it's a kind of a specific idea, but we are trying to achieve, for instance, automated driving with the micro chips of our design. And in the area of the motorcycles, we have not really had a good picture as yet, but to MPP motorcycle, we have IVI, and we can evolve that idea so to the in this area. And then we say that we will make the best efforts or utmost efforts to the electrification of both automobiles and motorcycle. And with the new logo of Honda, we can have like a shopping dealers across the world or experiments kind of stand. And we can, of course, contain automobile and our efforts within Honda for the time being. Thank you.
As for the EVF concept, it was mentioned that it will be launched by the end of this fiscal year. However, there was a mistake. This will be by the end of this year, 2025. And next question, please. The one in the second row, please. Thank you for this opportunity today. My name is Inoguchi from Nikkei Shimbun newspaper. As for the volume and profitability, I'd like to know. So simply calculated, the global share, your target is 50%. And if the global market share is 60 million, then in the 2030 range, we could aim for the 30 million volume units. That is my assumption. So is that correct? And number two is regarding the profitability. Your automobile business, your profit is growing quite a bit. For the 32.5 million is what you have made in the last term. So we are expecting that you could increase the production volume to 30 million. And when that's possible, then you can probably make a profit at the level or scale of 1 trillion. So how do you see the future in that section? Thank you for your question, Mr. Noguchi. You explained most of the answers that I was going to output. But as you said, in order to increase the market share is not so easy. We do have competitors, of course, Chinese and Indian. Cost competitiveness, we have to fight that as well. And of course, in Thailand and Indonesia and Vietnam, we have been able to maintain quite a high market share. However, we should not slack down there, and we have to try to improve our service and quality, and we would like to increase our volume and profit centering around India. As for the profitability, I personally think our profitability, the current one, is too good. So it's not easy to improve it even further from here. And the highly competitive countries or markets like China and India, we would like to explore the part manufacturers. They're highly competitive part manufacturers as well. So we would like to increase the volume, and so we can increase the volume, and we should also work on such a field as well. And as for the development of the electrified vehicles, including investment and cost effectiveness, it'll take time for us to generate profit in the electrification segment. So we would like for you to expect what is ahead of us. We cannot disclose any concrete numbers at this moment, but those are our targets. As for the image, for the volume, for the mid to long term, you are going to achieve 20 million soon. So, do you think you're going to achieve the 30 million in the 2030 mark? Well, the numbers should not be a, discussed and determined alone. We have to see other factors as well. It'll depend hugely on India. We have not achieved the number one market share position yet. We have just reached a little less than the 30%, and we have to see how electric motorcycle will grow in Indian market as well. So we will keep our challenges there, and we would like for you to keep supporting us. Okay. And as for the profitability, for the mixture of regions, are you going to focus on advanced countries to generate more profit? Or maybe, as we have seen in the last 10 years, we have markets in other countries, other regions like South America. Where do you see you can produce more profit? What are your strategies or plans? Well, it may be a misunderstanding that we have been generating profit more in advanced regions. In the past, we have focused in on Asia to produce or generate profit, but we have been able to generate a profit in other areas as well. But we have to see, or we have to try to have our market share grown in order for us to generate more profit compared to Thailand and Vietnam. The profitability is not that good yet. So while increasing the volume, and how can we brush up on our cost competitiveness? That is the challenge that we see. Thank you very much. This concludes the Honda Motorcycle Business Briefing. This concludes the business briefing of Honda Motorcycle. Thank you for your participation and attention over the extended session.